Homie, what's up, baby?
What's going on?
Long time, man. Face to face, long time.
Yeah,
What's
for real.
good? What
Shit,
is
man.
good, bro?
So
Welcome
we
to
been working.
welcome to Instagram Live tonight, Enzo's show.
Yeah.
So what's going on, bro? You got vacation like 2 days or what?
Yep. 2 days.
Tell me about it. Where you going to?
Jamaica, one of my favorite places. Let me ask you a question. This is probably gonna sound crazy, but I haven't done these before yet. But this is like showing on my profile too, right?
Yeah. So if anybody clicks on your page, it's gonna show me and you. It's gonna say going
Yeah.
live. He's
All
live with
right.
this. So yeah. So once I'm done with this, I'm gonna cut it up real nice, put a little flashiness. I'm gonna hit the replay for the people that missed. But dude, I'm glad you joined. A long time. We talk a lot, but
Yeah,
we
man.
haven't seen each other face to face in quite a long time. But you look great, man. You look great, rocking with
Likewise,
it. Yeah,
brother. Thank you. For
I'm
real.
trying, bro. I got a little sunburn from the beach, but I'm okay.
I'm hoping to get that. I need that sun in my life.
Yeah, I know. You got to get it, man. Well, how far are you from the beach where you're at right now?
Where am I right now? 4.
Yeah, but
Probably like an
4
hour and a
hours?
half, something like that. No.
Oh,
Probably,
okay.
probably an hour and a half, something like that.
Yeah. Well, we
But I'm
may
saying
do
I'm
next
about
Sunday, man.
go to Jamaica in 2 days. I mean, shit, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday
Tomorrow.
morning.
So we got a lot of people in here joining. For those you don't know, this is Avery Storm, recording artist, legend on the mic. Work with everybody. I don't know how many people you work with. Pitbull, Diddy, Nelly, Rick Ross, Jadakiss. How many? I can't even name. Way too many to name at this point.
Yeah, quite a
But
few.
the man, yeah, Nasty Girls, Here I Am. And I think I have one of your, when I did the magazine interview for Rick's, I think I have one of your albums somewhere. I got to find out where it was. You gave me a 6 single. It was awesome.
All right.
Got to find that as well, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. So tell me, what has been going on, man, and so long? Like, where have you been?
For real, I mean, I'm doing some things that are like totally not related to music. I mean, my mother, yeah. I took some time for
Hey,
myself.
you have an earpiece at all? Yeah, touch that up there real quick. That'll probably work good. That way you won't hear your echo.
Why, you can't hear it? No. It wasn't even. It was the other phone over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's my bad. What did you say?
So taking back. So basically, from the point you got in the industry, taking back from the point of how long you were hustling to get in the industry. Let's start there.
A long time, like 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, possibly. A long time.
12 years.
Yeah.
To get in the industry. And what was the first break was what? It was Timberland?
Yeah.
And then after Timberland, then it was Nelly. Explain that process.
That process was long and grueling, as are most processes in the industry. But I was signed to Timberland, and it didn't work out. Creative differences, we went our separate ways and whatnot. So had a meeting with Nelly and them, and did the deal. What's up, Liz? What's up, Gina?
I think that's so cool though, because a lot of people, they think it's an overnight success, but it's not. It's in fact years in the making to make it.
It's no overnight
and then
success.
But then once you make it, but here's the big part. Here's what got me is once you hit it with Timberland, you would think like that's it. And then when it doesn't work out, most people would be crushed and go, I'm done with the industry, I'm leaving.
Yeah, but
you
know what?
You revved up the engine again.
But look, you also hear about a lot of people like, taking 2 and 3 deals or whatever. Like, I honestly took a step back from it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was dealing with my parents who passed away, one shortly after the other. And, that kind of took a lot of time, and I don't want it to sound any kind of way, but I put a lot of time into that, and I stopped, doing everything else. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Well, let me ask you this though. Once you had the success with Nelly and you hit the tracks and you're touring around the world, you're doing all the tours. I saw you with Rick Ross, obviously in the plane in Medellin, Colombia.
Yeah,
I can't even pronounce it correctly, but you're doing your thing. Yeah, you're doing your thing. I'm really curious because that was around the time that we became friends, and we were talking a lot, and I learned a lot about you. And then it was just like the lights went out, everything went silent, and Avery Storm vanished
Yeah,
from
because
the entire stage, from the industry, from everything.
the reality is in this industry, man, things don't always go according to plan. You know what I mean? And I
Mm-hmm.
just felt that it was time to move on, from where I was. And
Mm-hmm.
you know,
What,
and I never posted the link to this, Holmes.
what's that?
Like
Oh, this?
like live right now type. I didn't do none of that.
Nah, they see it on there, man. They see it on there, man. But so I just have a question though, like if that was the point of where you got, you know what I mean? You decided to like walk away from the industry. What happened? Like what was, I know that's a common question you hear a lot and, but truly, truly, truly,
I just
what were the thoughts as an artist in your head? Like, because it's a lot of pressure. Like what made you walk away from everything you fought over 12 years to get to?
um to be honest with you, just the whole vibe of it. You know what I'm saying? I can't really get with the phoniness of it, and not only that, it kind of ran its course, bro. You know what I mean? Like it was, even though I was doing things, and it looks like I'm killing it. I'm still fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying? Even like amongst my own quote unquote family. You know what I'm saying? So that's how
Mm-hmm.
that's how that went.
Would you say that you were talented enough for the industry, but not ready for the emotional stress that comes along with some being on that caliber?
I don't know if it's the emotional stress or it's just I can only be but so fake. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And going out every night, like you said, traveling the world. I love that. I love performing. I love creating the music. But the whole thing is,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the life, the times that you
Took a
work.
toll.
Like, my bad. What you say?
I said no. I said it took a toll. I'm just kind of
Yeah, yeah,
listening to you.
yeah. Kind of like a spiritual toll, like a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, this is not. I don't know. It just didn't feel like the right place for me to be anymore. Like it's like I had to take a step back and reevaluate some things, do a lot of self, reflection and whatnot.
Well, what were your weeks like though? When you're on the stage, what was it like? Was it, what were the way your day started, the way it ended? Calls for press conferences, calls to be on tour. Like, what was the life for people that never been in the industry, that have never had the
Oh
fame and
yeah, I
the and
was
the
doing it.
achievement that you've had?
Yeah, yeah, I was doing it.
But
I was making great money. You know what I'm saying? I was doing it. I
was
was,
it like
but
mostly? But mhm.
go ahead, go ahead,
No,
my
no, go
bad.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I'm listening to that.
But
No, I was saying,
at
was
the
it
end of the
like
day,
though?
you sign a record deal so that you can do your project. You know what I'm saying? You got a project to put out and whatnot, and you're obligated. I mean, contractually, right? So that was my main thing. My project wasn't wasn't really moving. We were just on tour all the time. You know what I mean? I needed to get my shit moving. You know what I mean? And then like I said, I also just needed to take a step back and like get away and think about a whole bunch of things. Do I even want to continue to do this? You know what I'm saying? Is this
Hmm.
shit like, has this
Hmm.
shit jaded me to the point that I'm like tainted or whatever? You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
I got too many people now like on the other side looking at me like, you didn't come this far to come this far, and I'm saying the same thing to myself, really.
Hmm.
But I just know, you know. Um. So yeah, that's where I'm at. You know.
That's pretty wild though, man. It seems, and I hear this a lot. I've read a lot of stories about people in the industry, and it just seems like, once you get in there, you sign a contract, and if you don't pay attention to quote unquote who you're getting in bed with, you know, your life is almost theirs, and it's almost like, you know, you have to be the one. You are required to. And I remember working with the entertainment industry, certain amount of press appearances, certain amount of shows, get
Sure.
this project done for them.
Sure.
And then it's like, well, what about my project? What about what I want to do? Which I could see coming up. and that could cause a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that probably was more or less a breaking point at some point. And I think I've seen that happen with a lot of people.
It was. And I could have just been cool with that and been making the paper I was making, because, like I said, I was making a lot of money. You know what I mean? I could have been cool with that and just been like, well, shit, there it goes. But like I always said, I would rather fail on my own than fail on somebody else's terms, or fail by somebody else's hands. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I also trust my timing. You know what I mean? I know that what I'm doing and the reason I stepped back was for reasons much greater than I even think they are right now. You know what I'm talking about? So
more of an awakening on there. I mean, how long were you in the industry total? Like at the height of your game, how many years did that span go?
Shit. I couldn't even tell you. I was with Dirty for them there quite a few years. I was with Tim for a couple of years.
Quite a few years.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So with Tim, a couple of years, and then all that. Was it hard to break away from the industry when you had to leave? Was that difficult to get out of the contract, to step back?
To get out of the contract. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Jack. It was a motherfucker. It took forever. I got dragged through the mud. It hurt. But, you know.
Jesus, God, man.
Every day was worth it, you know? I mean, it is what it is.
Okay.
Know? Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, man, I think the industry misses you, man. I mean, those tracks still play in clubs. Those tracks still play on the radio when they do the throwbacks. They still go.
Thankfully.
And I've heard you sing, and you still got it in you. And it always makes me, as your friend, it always makes me wonder, you know, I get it. I get the awakening, you know, wanting to do something different with your life, wanting to move away. Like, for whatever reasons, you're always right for the way that you feel. I mean, no one can argue with you. But sometimes there's a way of taking the machine that you're in and just turning the wheel a little bit so it works for you. So you don't completely let go of the massive machine. You know what I mean? So
Agreed.
since you walked from the industry, are there any more ties with, I know you're Jadakiss and all that, but any more ties with Rick Ross or Nelly or any of them at all? Does any stuff even happen anymore, or does it go silent when you're gone, or what happens?
It's funny because when you're not doing what you know, it's funny. People are funny. Like I said, you know, man, it's really, really, really hard to find a genuine human being in the industry, you know. It just is. You know what I mean? Everybody's an actor. Everybody's not everybody. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's some real ones, and you know, some good people, but the majority of it is just a bunch of bullshit. You know, it's bullshit.
Sure.
Yeah. You know.
Would you say at that point, like, and I guess I could kind of see along with that when you're not doing what everybody loved you for, some people probably feel like they can't gain from you at that point, and then some of the friendships would pull back. And it's like, I'll never forget. I saw an interview with Nelly a long time ago, and he said in his interview, he said something. It's the one thing that stuck out to me. He goes, I work so hard to stay so visible in so many words, so I could stay known, I could stay desired and wanted. And he goes, when you stop, everybody leaves. And he goes, I don't ever want that phone to stop ringing. And I was like, wow. So it's almost like, it kind of sucks. You work so hard to give back to everybody, and it's like a lot of people feel like, well, what can you give me now that you're not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it must be hard to come down from that cloud.
Which is why, you know what it is? Which is why I really don't want to work with anybody necessarily. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I would do a project with Kanye. That came up in conversation one night, right? Like, if Kanye produced the whole project for me, and went maybe featured on one joint, he don't even have to do that though. If he just produced the whole joint with me, and did it, I think it would be fucking crazy. It'd be something that nobody's ever heard before. I know that for a fact.
Have you tried to reach him at all? Ever tried to reach any plans on that at all?
On which one?
Just Kanye, anybody in the industry at this point. Have you tried that? Like
it's not about trying. It's just about I don't want to I'm not relying on nobody.
You're not sure you want.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so let me just, because I want to catch up on this at that point. So, just for everybody watching, whoever's watching out there, Avery Storm, his father was a musician a long time ago, and pretty talented. And his father had to pack it up for the family to raise the family. Avery hustled a lot. I think hustled around a deli, I think in New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken, to try to do something, and eventually got his demo tape in the hands of Timberland, ran it a little bit with Timberland, lost that deal as deals come and go, then found his way to get back into the niche. You left that one as well. Okay. Same reasons?
Yeah, creative differences for sure. They had some whole other shit.
So you left.
I just didn't know that's what he was about to do with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that
geez.
pop, because at that time, that pop music, right, wasn't really, that wasn't it. Like, I'm not a pop artist per se. You know what I'm saying? That's my thinking at the time. At that time,
Mhm. Mhm. So you would say, I guess I would say that, like, you have a very strong mindset about what you want out of your music. You know what I mean? Very disciplined into what you want it to be at that level.
It's been such a hard
so
road
the question is, like,
it's why it's been such a difficult road, because I'm not really willing to compromise like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look,
that's an honest answer.
It's not that it was difficult, like featuring on joints. Like, I gave some people to this day still their biggest records of their career that I wrote. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's never get it twisted.
Of course.
But anyway.
No, I could definitely see all that. So I guess the question at this point is, is now that you walked out from the industry, is you've been gone for a few years and you've been taking care of family, moms and pops passed away, and and just kind of getting your thoughts together at this time. Where's your mindset at with music right now?
Yeah, man. Right now, you know what? I feel like my father's coming through me. Because how like you said, my father was a musician as well. Singer, songwriter, he wrote songs, this, that, and the third. Towards the end, we wrote songs together, which was pretty dope. I just really wanted to feature him on a record, and I never got a chance to do that. So that sucks, but
you feel like you're in the right mindset right now to do music again? Do you feel like you want to do an individual project, or
no, I want to
what are you feeling right now?
I want to do an individual project. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do.
Okay.
Look, man. Like I said, I'm not like anybody, but at the same time, I feel like it's not nobody that hasn't been through something I've been through, or I haven't been through something that somebody else hasn't been through. You know what I mean? Like I'm a fucking real person at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So. I mean, I could play, stunt for the camera, but that don't fucking make no sense. Just about the authenticity. You know me. You know me, Holmes. It's authenticity. If it's not fucking authentic, I'd rather not discuss it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. I'd like to see you back on the stage, man. I mean, I know you got it. We talked about that, about getting a documentary done and then getting the album to start, releasing out. Because I think some people in the industry, just anywhere in the world, like they just realize that they're more entrepreneurs, in a way, and they really have their own projects to do. And I think that if you do realize that, you have to go on your own and create your own brand. Kanye West is his own brand.
Yeah.
Completely his own brand.
Definitely.
He's a perfect prime example of that. Yeah. So maybe, at this point, you start generating up your music again and new promotions and everything, and you just become the new Avery brand right there, and that's it. And we can see where that will go from that point. You know what I mean? What's coming up now? What have you been working on lately? For anybody here that's watching, like, what can they find about you that's been going on?
Pretty much. I mean, I'm building a studio right now. I'm in my office right now. I've got a few projects going on, honestly. I'm pretty proud of, but it's been taking as well a lot of attention. Away from the music.
Sure.
So, but at the same time, I got to pay the bills. So the studio, building a studio in the building. I got the studio at the crib.
Because I know the.
Huh?
Have you been in the city recording too, or just at home? You back
Not
in the
in,
same studio in the city? No.
no, not in the studio in the city. As a matter of fact, I'll probably be in the city like maybe next couple of weeks for that purpose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, last time I was in the studio, it was crazy. I had all these people walking in over there, shooting video. I don't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, it was just.
I mean, you know, homie, you still got it, man. You still got it. You just literally, I feel, my own opinion, is that you take everything that got you there. You take everything that it felt like when you were there. You take everything that it felt like when you separated. And what you do is you just make a solid decision. You go, I'm not leaving music. This is the role I'm going to play in music. And we were talking about the structure of
music
small controlled
won't
wins.
leave me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was born to do this, Enzo. If
But
I wasn't born to do this, I'd be doing something else. Believe me, the motherfucking headache and bullshit and fuckery that you got to deal with, it ain't worth it if you're not, you know what I'm saying? Nah.
Of course. So what I'm expecting now is when you come back from Jamaica, I'm expecting a bunch of hooks, a hook album out there. I'm expecting a ton of hooks.
Well, nah, man.
You know, listen.
I'm putting a project together. You know what I mean? I've passed on a few hooks. I've done a few hooks lately, but that's not really my focus right now, man. You know, I'm trying to put my shit together.
Sure.
You know, I was supposed to put out Shotgun Love through Universal, and unfortunately, I was, you know, it's not like no, you know, bitter shit or none of that, but like, you know, I was kind of robbed of that fucking opportunity right there. So, you know, I had to make a change before I did anything. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I mean, I think your path is more different, it's more richer because it was soul searching at a point in your life. So I think that where you're at right now, from getting to know you, is just that like you're ready to do it again. Yeah. It's just a matter of now you know what to expect in the industry, and you know. And listen, you're not the only one. I've worked on television shows. I've worked on movie sets. I've done all those interviews with celebrities, and I could count many, many more people that have done what you did, literally done what you did, and was walked off and said, I'm done, and nobody can understand why. And it's always fascinating to know why. Everybody want to know, acquiring minds want to know. But it was really because there was a couple more things in their soul that they had to enrich before they could come back. Like sometimes people are thrown into fire and they're not ready to be that strong wood yet. They're not ready for it. They're not resistant of it yet. So maybe being young, coming back into it again, this time around, you do it on your terms.
Exactly.
You do it the way you want.
Exactly.
And now that you got social media, which I'm a big freaking huge fan of, you can see right now, you don't need a record label anymore. You can do everything on social media, your tour, your albums, your merch. Everything is here. You interact with your fans like this, yeah, it's a massive thing. And look about the people following right now. You got a ton of support. Yep. Is that what was that? Love More? What does that say?
That's your Stupid Rob.
Is that the clothing line?
Robot. Yep.
The Stupid Robot. But I mean, you will do this. So when are we going to link and get this documentary popping to give you something to kickstart off?
As soon as I get back from Jamaica, man. As soon as I get back from Jamaica, I'm jumping head first. You know, so you know, whatever I gotta knock out ASAP. You know.
100%, man.
And actually, Enzo, for real, I would be bullshitting you if I didn't say I wasn't looking forward to it. You know. For real.
Dude, I appreciate your friendship, man, every day. You know that, man.
Man,
you know
likewise.
That, man.
Likewise.
I've been riding with you for whatever it is, man, up and down.
Since the first fucking print interview I ever did was you, motherfucker. That's why we're doing this here today. Still. And we talk all the time. But that's what's up.
Yeah. You're a good dude, man. So I think it's I want to help you turn it around. I want to help you to start sparking the brand and come back in there. You know what I mean? Take what I learned and put you on a level. Yeah, dude, and get you right back up there again and just start chucking shit out left and right, man. I think we could do it. So I got your logo set up. I got your intro set up already. You saw most of it. And when you're ready, dude, as soon as you come back from Jamaica, just hit that DM or hit the phone, text me and let me know, like, I'm back and this is my weekend. I'll come up there and we'll knock it out, man.
All right.
What's that?
I'll just call you.
Yeah, just call me, man.
And we'll knock it
Just
out.
call me. What is the what's the last song you recorded already? Anything new that I could just download now or no?
No, not right now. I mean, I'm recording new records.
Okay.
Please believe. Yeah. I I got so many things. Like I said, I got a lot of shit going on. So, it's a lot of distraction from the music. You know what I mean? So, in those distraction periods is when I get inspired. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like voice noting whole records in my goddamn voice notes. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. It's good. Like I said, the little step back and all that, it was good, necessary, for sure.
Well, let's reconstruct to get back. And the last thing I want to ask you before I let you go is, how did you come up with that most famous hook from Here I Am? How did that happen? How the hell did that even happen?
Rick Ross told me to write a hook. No, he said, what did he say? He said, this is a quote. He said, something for the bitches, make them want to shoot a video just because. I said, all right, bet.
What?
Yeah. So he sent me the track. He sent me the track on, I don't know. Let's say it was a Friday or Saturday, right? I went in, I put the shit down. There's footage of that online somewhere, I think. Might fuck around, be on my TV, on my,
yes, there is.
YouTube.
It's on your YouTube, yep.
Oh, right on.
Yep.
So yeah, man, he went in that following Monday and he recorded his shit. And then I just, a little while, like we stay back and, we stay in touch and whatnot. So I hit him up one day, and one day I called him. He was like, yo, you're never going to guess what I'm doing right now. So I was like, what's going on? He was like, I'm listening to this record right now. We're gonna shoot the video. This is the first single. I said, damn, let's go.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And just like that, and then the rest was history.
Fucking
Great
history.
track, bro. Here I Am. You still got the vocals for that?
What do you mean?
Well, we got to hear that one of these days, man. We got to hear those one of these days, man.
That.
Yeah. Fucking classic.
Yeah, I got that.
Unbelievable.
I got that.
Dude, do not quit the industry. Keep your fucking ass in the industry. I'll come get you right here, and we'll make it happen, man. If you going, that's it, And by the way, man, Rick's Magazine is doing all the car tours this entire summer. They're doing them left and right. They just did something by the harbor, like House by the Harbor, something like that. So I'd like to include you in some of that, man, and make a phone call and see if see what's going on, man. I want you to get busy again, man. I got your back.
For sure.
My man. Well, listen, go pack, get your vacation shit done, and when you touch down, just call me. We'll rock out your documentary.
All right, we're gonna do this again when I come back from Jamaica for sure.
100%. We'll set up even bigger than this, man. But I appreciate you, brother. Keep in touch, man.
Thank you.